And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his former teammate in Toronto, Kawhi Leonard.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for, and how competitive he is. I mean, I don't need somebody to bang his chest or like scream or like be one of those guys to know if you're competitive or not. Like, I think that's the way he is, and I respect that. And he's actually a really good, teammate and vocal and speaks when he needs to speak.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely because of their ability to get stops.
Yeah, when you put two former defensive players of the year on the same team, that's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And the Lakers, looking at who they've got. They've got Montrezl Harrell, Markieff Morris out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Wesley Matthews, and it's Caruso in at the 1. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
LeBron James is an inspiration for an entire generation of players, and he's still dominating. Giannis Antetokounmpo said, quote, "The way he's moving and playing, it's insane. But he's LeBron James. He's different. He's an alien. So you expect it from him." Guys, a ton of respect for the King all around the league.
No question about that, Allie. Thanks. And the Lakers making a change here. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Morris. LeBron comes in for Kuzma. Caldwell Pope's checked in for Matthews. And it's Schroeder in for Caruso. Now here's Smart. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings now that the new year is upon us. You look at the Lakers. Early on, they've got the third best record.
When I look at the Lakers, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season, but now they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Well, knowing Kemba Walker's long history in Charlotte, Bill, how great is it to see him on a team like the Celtics now?
Yeah, I mean, he even admitted it during the 2020 playoffs. Like, he was nervous at some of those playoff games. He wanted it so badly. He'd been in purgatory in Charlotte, never really played in a meaningful game. And you could really see him pressing, especially in the Toronto series, where he was just so excited to be there. It actually was a little bit detrimental to him. He is one of the greatest teammates the Celtics have ever had. One of the most beloved people that has ever passed through the franchise. The happiest dude, has everyone's back, team first all the way, and the perfect situation. And you think about it, like, he's from the Bronx. It's exactly the kind of guy the Knicks should have wanted to build their team around. Not just a really good player, but somebody that can completely change the culture of the team, which he did for the Celtics. The Celtics, during that last Kyrie season, the culture was broken. Kemba comes in, and the culture completely shifts. And, it was a love fest for them last season.
Hey, this is really the challenge of trying to defend Davis, because not only is he tall and smart, but he's gotten stronger in his time in the league. And he typically blows through contact and draws fouls.
First free throw is good.
In this 21st century version of the NBA, just being big is not enough. Davis personifies the evolution of the big guy. He's got game from everywhere on the floor.
Gasol's checked in for the Lakers. Both free throws good from Davis.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Here's Smart. LeBron with the rebound. And thanks to our special guest, Bill Simmons, breaking it down for us as always.
And I love being called a special guest. When I was growing up in the 70s, Love Boat, Fantasy Island, they would always have special guests. It felt important, so I feel important right now, Brad.
And you know what happened to the guests at Fantasy Island.
Yeah, well, sometimes they never came back.
Man, not hard at all, spurring basketball conversation with the great Bill Simmons.
You know, for somebody who's not the biggest or strongest guy out there, Walker is not afraid to get it done inside. A lot of times he gets to the line because he's fearless in attacking the paint.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
I love how efficient Walker is. The Connecticut alum continues to just thrive on the offensive end.
Some changes for Boston. Brown, he's checked in for Williams. And Teague subbed in for Smart. Kuzma's checked in for the Lakers. Caruso comes in for Caldwell Pope. And he sinks the second. 1:03 left in the half. James against Brown. To the paint. Here's Gasol. Thompson with some nice D. The Celtics have got nothing to go in this quarter. 0 for 5. Outside Tatum. Thompson with a screen.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Outside T. Pass to Brown. Walker a screen on James. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
James outside. Knocks it down from distance. James has got 9 points.
Tell you what, that's something LeBron has really worked on a bunch. I mean, the three-point shot is a real weapon of his now.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The Lakers on top, up 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.